Good morning. This is Friday, May 11th. We didn't get a chance to do it yesterday because I had stuff going on around the house. And it's episode 44. Welcome to Three Sisters Knit. And I am Sheila, or She62 on Ravelry.
And I'm Margaret, Magpie60 on Ravelry. And we are Three Sisters Knit.
Yes.
In case you're wondering, we're doing it first
Pajama
thing. Pajama day. We're doing it first thing Friday morning. And so you know the old the hashtag I woke up like this? That's literally what's happened. So there's like
no makeup, no lipstick.
Yeah. So we're very pale. But anyway, whatever. We're here to talk about knitting and yarn, and that's the important thing.
Exactly. I said, because when it worked out, it wasn't going to be done yesterday. I said to Margaret, I laid across the room, I said, let's do it in our pajamas tomorrow, because we got to get up, and I've got a grandchild coming in about 45 minutes, so
we want to try and squeeze
just get this in, so we don't want to leave it later.
We're actually really excited about what we have to share. I am, especially because I've actually got something to share.
So we're going to start with her. We're going to do like the whips hose is what we're going to call it.
I have a hoe. What happened was we went to the Knitters Frolic, and we'll talk about that a little bit later, but we went to the Knitters Frolic, and I got yarn, of course, and I just got all excited about all the projects, and I thought, I have to get my other projects done. So I can't, since then, I have worked on my sock, so I haven't sewn in the end yet here, but so this is my Obliviate Sock, and it looks really nice. You can see the front. This is like the Hermione's Everyday Sock on the front,
and how it sort of fades into nothing.
And and at the back, this is one of the reasons I loved this sock, is it's got this really sweet patterning on the back. And now I'm going to twist it just a little bit so you can actually see how it can you do that, how it looks on the back. Isn't that adorable? And so you stretch it out and you can see, and it's not a cabling, it's more of a kind of a twist, and a yarn
twist like knit left, right, you know, knit two together, or left and right, knit slip, sort of thing. So it's twist them and then the yarn overs.
And so it just comes out looking like this really sweet twist on the back here. But it's really
beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
I would say, if you have never knit from a sock blank before, I was talking with Sheila about this yesterday. I think I might do a vanilla sock out of a sock blank in the future. One of the things that I found was, not that I had any difficulty, because I've done the Hermione's pattern in the past, but because there's it's a 4-row repeat and there's a purl in there, I found it difficult to see where the pearls were because of the kinkiness of the yarn. And then, so if you did run into, like, if you weren't tracking where you were and you came back to the sock, it might be kind of difficult to find where you are because it's hard to see. And the same with the patterning on the back here. It is it's not terribly difficult to see, but I think it's partly because it's a relatively light yarn background. The blue is, you know, it's pretty, but yeah, that would be my thing. I think if I were to knit a sock blank again, I might just stick with a vanilla, just to let the beautiful colorings come through. So I'm going to actually show you the blank itself, not just so you can see
that what it looked like.
So this was from Andre Sue Knits, and it was her. It's
picked it up at
in Rhinebeck. So that's what it looks like, and in the gorgeous print on it.
It's so adorable.
It's coming out so nicely, like just this little bit of yellow.
You can see where the girl is.
Here, you can see
the girl,
the tree, the puddle, because her puddle that she's kicking in, her little red boots and everything. Just adorable. So anyway, I am loving the sock. And so now I get to start the second sock, which I actually started it. I did about three rows of the cuff last night
at like 2 o'clock in the morning.
2 o'clock in the morning. We had knit night. It wasn't a busy knit night.
No.
Not everybody showed up, but I did manage to just keep working on, because it's a cuff down. And so then after they left, we just sat and watched some TV and did some more knitting, and I was able to finish it. So that was awesome. So yay, Margaret actually has something done.
Yay! Yes, it got
me all excited.
Flowing, going to the frolic. So what I have started for my whip, I have a vanilla sock because I am knitting from a sock blank. So this is, you can see what we mean, how it, let me do it this side, it doesn't have my little mark gauges. You can see how it doesn't knit flat. It's sort of a little wrinkled.
A little bumpy.
Oh, yeah. But other than that, I love how this is turning out. And now I'm going to show you the sock blank.
Because it's always amazing when you see the blank and then you see how it knits up. It's just, it's magical.
This is the sock blank.
Isn't that, oh, it's gorgeous. And yeah, it's hard to see how it's actually going to turn out, but oh my God, it's just gorgeous, gorgeous,
I know,
gorgeous.
Because each of these white bits are a slightly different how the color has turned out in the white bits.
Yes. Yes, like here you've got a lot of like the orangey color.
The green doesn't always go to the end.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
it's
and then some of them have like the deeper greens in there. Like look at this. This is like really dark green.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and this sock blank is by Bling Your String.
Yeah.
I picked it up 2 years ago this September at the Kitchener-Waterloo.
She often vends there and at the Frolic.
And she vends at the Frolic, yes. And she has an online store. It's called Bling Your String.
Yeah. And she makes project bags as well.
Yes. And she also has these monthly little kits that you can get that have sometimes, depending on, I think she's got different levels. I think the highest level you can get like a project bag. You might get a sock blank. You'll get, because she makes stitch markers too.
Yes, yes.
And she puts all kinds of stuff together. But you can also get like sock blanks or I don't think she dyes yarn, but she dyes sock blanks.
Okay, yeah.
So,
but yeah, anyway, so if you want to follow her, I'll put the information down here, but if you want to follow her on Instagram, she's Serafina BYS.
Yeah.
She sometimes appears on the Knitting at Tiffany's podcast.
She's Erin.
She's Erin.
Yeah.
And she and Tiffany sometimes are together.
They're very good friends.
So if you were interested in finding out more about Erin and what she's also a prolific knitter.
She's also a spinner.
So
yes.
Yeah, you should definitely be following. And Tiffany also is like really amazing.
Yes.
Watching her podcast and seeing all the things that she's knitting.
Yes.
She knows a lot about yarn and designers. So I think if you're not already watching Knitting at Tiffany's, I think it's definitely worth subscribing to that podcast.
Yes, and especially if you watch her first one, you'll understand why she's called Knitting at Tiffany's. And I like how they segment their stuff, like Diamonds in the Rough for her whips.
Yeah.
And Diamonds Are Forever are her finished objects, things like that. So she's named all these things that instead of breakfast at Tiffany's, it's knitting at Tiffany's.
Yeah.
So
anyway, they're really awesome to watch. So, that's Erin's work, and it's amazing to see how that's turning out.
Yes, it certainly is. Now I have some FOs. I have to lean over here a sec.
Yeah.
So I did my dishcloth.
Yeah, these are really cute.
So I crocheted these ones.
They look like little fish.
I have a goldfish and a mermaid fish. I'm going to actually make, these are more like washcloths. I'm going to give them to my grandbabies.
Yeah.
So that way they can have a little fishy washcloth.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome.
I know. I just saw this and I thought, well, I have to at least try one. And they whip up so fast.
Yeah.
Yes. And they're single crochet. I don't generally like the crochet ones because when they get wet, they stretch and they get very holey. But this is single crochet, so it's a little tighter, and I went down a hook size as well. Yes. So I wanted it just that little bit tighter. But when you start getting into like the double and triple crochets, they're a longer stitch.
So they're almost they're a bit like a yarn over in knitting. It creates just a little bit more space.
No.
No,
they're a longer stitch, but that creates more space between each stitch.
Yeah.
But it's not like doing a yarn over. It just the way it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't crochet.
Crocheting uses a third more yarn than knitting.
Ah, okay.
So you can crochet a square and knit a square and then see how much they weigh, and there's a difference. There's a good difference in how much they weigh. So those are my dishcloths for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, those are adorable.
I know. I actually did them in one day because I couldn't. The Monday when we were last Monday, I just couldn't.
Yeah.
We were busy. And
this is the exciting one.
I finished my Treble shawl. I literally 2 o'clock in the morning finished mine.
I finished my sock.
We just continued. So this is it.
Oh, I love it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I love the blips.
Yes.
I don't know what they are.
Yeah. The little. Yeah. Yeah. I know. So that's it. I have to wash it and block it.
Yeah.
But yes, I'm very, very happy with this.
Oh my god, the color combination.
I know. It actually, I was hesitant at first. Margaret saw when I was going away for the month. She saw how I was like, I don't know.
Because we were looking at different color options, but I thought this was gonna work.
So this worked out really, really nice.
Beautiful.
It's going to be. So the ends are mostly woven in, but I left little snippets just for me to block.
Yeah. For
while I'm blocking.
Yeah.
So so this is going to be really, really nice.
And the thing is, it can block to be quite deep.
Yes, it is going to block to be quite deep because it was weird because it asked for 400 yards for the dark color and 300 yards for the blue. Now, because I had only about 270, between 250 and 270 yards of the light blue, I went down a needle size. It calls for a 5mm and I went to a 4mm.
So I think 4mm is a size 6 US.
6 or 7.
6.
So I used, so that's what I did for the top half. But once I started the dark blue, I went to the 5mm because I had 400 yards. Yeah. I had 2 skeins, but I had 400 yards in one skein of the dark.
So you were pretty sure. And you generally get gauged. So you're a good knitter
I'm not a loose knitter.
No. You're definitely not.
I try to be loose just as I'm doing the edges. Yes. Just because you want it to have a little bit of give and stretch. So I did that. I actually had to break into the second ball. Yeah.
So you actually used a little more, which is unusual for you.
Very unusual for me. I usually have leftover. Yeah. So, but yes,
I love that.
Yeah.
I think it looks so good.
There.
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
I know.
Oh, we kind of match because the coloring is very similar.
Yes, it is. I know. So, but yeah, you want the little thingies to show, and I'm going, okay.
Where are they?
They're on this side.
Yeah.
They're over there. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I know, it's so hard. When you record, everything's in reverse.
It's like being a weatherman.
Yeah. So, but I love those.
I do too.
Absolutely love those.
I do too.
So
amazing. And I see that and I'm like, well, we'll talk about it later, but I'm like, oh, I think I know what I want to do. I want to make one of these shawls now.
Yes. So I love it. It's a little cool. I'm going to put this on my neck. Yeah. So there. Just for now.
Okay. So those are your FOs?
That's my those are it. That's my FOs. It's just the dishcloths and this.
Yeah. Do you have any whips? You showed the
whip
one sock.
I did not get started on my May sock.
Oh my gosh, you're such a slacker.
I tried. I did try. I got about 3 or 4 inches knit.
Yeah.
Now, I took it down to Florida, but I forgot to cake it up before I went. So I had to wind it up when I got there. So
just like the olden days.
Yes, just like the olden days. And I don't have the pattern with me. I was using the blueberry waffle.
Yes. Now that calls for a DK weight.
Yes.
And you thought you might be able to get away with it because this tends to be a little bit heavy
and I'm
for
not,
fingering.
like we said, I'm not a tight knitter.
Yeah.
It would have been too big for my husband. It was that stretchy. And I was like, okay.
That's not working.
And that was using a 3.75mm needle.
Oh, wow.
That's what it called for. So, yeah. So, I think I'm going to look for a different pattern.
Mm-hmm.
So I still have a couple weeks left of the month because today's only the 11th. So I've got, 20 days? Something like that. Yeah. So I should be able to get... But I'm really liking knitting on from the sock blank. So I will have a sock, but this one I started the toe on the 28th of April because we left the 29th.
Yeah.
I like to get, especially when they're toe up, I like to start that before I take it with me, especially on a plane. I don't want to sit there and fiddle on the plane trying to get it started. So I'm going, well, I know it's a little early, but I will be doing most of it in May, other than just getting that little bit started. Yeah. So I'm like, but I'm going to look for another pattern. It just didn't seem to go, and I'm going to go down to a 2.5 millimeter needle size from the 3.75. Yeah. But I don't think that pattern's going to work. I'd have to go up in stitch count to go down in needle size. Yeah. It actually wouldn't be bad because the pattern is sort of a 4 stitch repeat and over 4 rows. Yeah. So I probably could, because it starts out with 52 stitches. So I could go up to maybe 60 stitches. Yeah. And down to the 2.5 millimeter. Yeah. So I could, it just would be...
But, just figuring out the math.
Oh, I hate doing that.
I know, me too.
It really wouldn't be that difficult to figure out. No, I know. It's very easy.
For me, when it comes to math, even though I know I can sit and do it, just the idea of having to put myself in the mindset of going through the math is like, oh.
Just give me the pattern, let me follow it.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
It just sucks the joy right out of it to me.
I know. We're just not math.
We're capable. We're not stupid. But...
I was at the dentist, and I do word puzzles. I have word puzzle books, like the ones where all the letters are there, and you have to find the words, or the ones that you have to fill in the words with all the empty squares.
I like those ones too.
Or the numbers. I like doing the number ones where it's all... No. Oh, okay. That's what my dentist was like, oh, he goes, do you do Sudoku? I'm like, no.
No.
He goes, open it, easy. I'm like, no.
No, I don't find it easy.
I said, I find it very stressful. I have a very... He goes, but... And I'm going, nope.
No,
I said, it's just not... I said letters. I said numbers when it comes to these ones where you have to either add the numbers. You're given like maybe a five number, and they show you which one it is, so you have to go from that one and work your way around it to fit all the numbers in, which I will do those. They're like the word ones where you're given a word, but it's just numbers, and I can do those no problem. Sudoku, phew, no thank you. No, but my 84-year-old mother-in-law loves Sudoku.
That's good. Keep her mind sharp.
I know.
That's really good, because
she likes them. She cuts them out of the paper and works on them.
Yeah. Well, Irene used to like doing Sudoku. Yeah. Reg got her into it. Like, her husband got her into doing Sudoku.
Irene and Reg were like such puzzle people.
Yeah.
Oh, trivia?
Oh, they were amazing. Actually, that's how they met. At work. They met because they worked in the same company. Yes. And, after work, they would go out to the pubs, and a lot of the pubs had, like, these trivia games on the TVs or something. Yes. And they would play together, and they did really, really well. Yeah,
they were, like, I know he one time, I think he was, like, 4th in Canada for doing one of these trivia things. Oh, yeah. One of those that you put your money in and you play the trivia.
Oh, okay.
On them, yeah. He was like 4th in Canada.
Yeah, and Irene has always been a real trivia buff too.
Trivial Pursuit, you don't want to play with them. Yeah. You did not want to play with them because it's like, here's the game.
They got it covered. Yeah.
And Dad, because Dad was always good at that.
Yeah. I was very much
okay.
It's a niche. It's in the niche. It's like there are like 3, but if it ever landed on sports for me, it was like, forget it, I lost.
I'm limited in my sports. Hockey, I know a bit about hockey, and things come to me once in a while, but only because I've been raised. My husband's such a hockey fanatic, and my boys.
But if it was something like basketball,
I haven't a clue with basketball. No. Football.
No, I wouldn't get football or soccer.
No.
Yeah, American or Canadian football
and
or
baseball.
Soccer,
I know I have a very limited knowledge in baseball. I'm not very good because my husband does follow the Blue Jays. Yeah. Football, we don't even follow football. Canadian football. We don't follow American football.
No, me either.
But we do when they have the Grey Cup. thing. We have a big we have all the family over, and we have a big, like, we make chili and hot dogs and like we do a big. And when it's the Super Bowl, we do the same thing, because you have to watch. I feel I have to at least watch that one, but mostly I watch them for the halftime show.
Yes, the halftime show. I always text
I pick a team, and I just feel who I like. Yeah. I'll listen to it because the sports.
So he's like, oh, I like the color of their uniforms. I'm gonna pick them.
Well, I've heard enough on the radio and talk shows about the two teams that'll be playing. So I'll hear a little bit about them, and from I will make my judgment from that what I hear them talking about. But yeah, other than that, no. I generally root for the underdog.
Yeah,
I do, because I like these teams that keep winning over and over. I'm just like, you know what? No, it's go away. It's somebody else's turn to win. Yeah. Like I'm so a non-competitive person in that way. Like, no, I think everybody needs to, like, not one of these everybody needs to win and gets a trophy at the end of the year.
No, not
but
that
I mean,
kind of thing.
like, no, these people all work hard. They all work for this, and
yeah.
That's how I look at it, and that they need to spread the top one around. That it shouldn't always be going to the same team. I know they have good players and all of this, but a lot of the other
strategy
teams
for buying those players.
I know,
right?
and
that's
I
why they
that.
maintain.
I know, but I still think that it's nice to have somebody unexpected win.
Yeah.
I really like
I think that happened a couple of times over the last few years in baseball and in football.
Well, when the New Orleans Saints won, that was just phenomenal, because it was just so unexpected. And then it was the Chicago Cubs that won a couple years ago.
Red Sox?
No.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Some baseball
was one of the Chicago teams that hadn't won.
Yeah, it's the one because like Jimmy Fallon and Drew Barrymore did a movie, and it was based on a British and English movie with Colin Firth. That was the storyline was, like, the original one was Colin Firth followed this soccer team, or as they called it, football team, and it was he was kind of a slacker, and the team always lost, and then he's pulled out of his rut by a woman or something. It's a love story, and he turns into he gets a job, or I don't really remember, but it's Colin Firth, so it's worth watching. And he anyway, at the very end, his soccer team wins. And quite unexpectedly, because they were like really losers for years. And then they remade it with Jimmy Fallon and Drew Barrymore. And the same thing. It was this Chicago team that had historically lost. And then in the movie, it just turned out that was the year that the team won. So it worked out really well for the movie.
Well, that's funny, because that was just a couple of years ago.
Well, this must have been the same thing, because that's how they met. Like, that's how he met Drew Barrymore, and why you see when she's on the talk show, they do all that stuff, because they're
old buddies.
They're buddies, yeah. They actually seem like brother and sister.
Yeah,
they're just so funny to watch.
I know.
Anyway, let's get back to the yarn
Let's get back to knitting. We've done enough of this. Okay, so now we can talk about the frolic.
So that was fun.
Yes.
We had. It was just three of us in the van this time, wasn't it? It was you, me, Nancy. No, Amanda came with us, too.
Yes.
So, anyway, we met up with a bunch of other friends at the Frolic and wandered through. I think I had mentioned before in the podcast before we went, I was really interested in looking solely for solids and like variegated tonals, semi-solids. And so I specifically went and looked for that. And I also knew that I wanted to go to Indigo Dragonfly because I love her yarn. Excuse me. I made a pendulum shawl using with a couple of her yarns, and I still have a skein of one of the yarns that I bought.
My first Pure Joy I made was hers with that blue and yellow one. Yeah,
and I love her yarn. I love her colors. Her color naming is
so much fun.
Yeah, so fun. So I headed there, and I actually found, so when I went, and I know a part of it is, I suspect that they are kind of maybe getting rid of some of their sort of wintry things, but I found the colors when I was looking for the more solids and tonals. Everything seemed a little muted. I don't like to use the word dull, but they were kind of like not...
They weren't bright colors.
Bright, but even so, they just seemed... you know how when you see naturally dyed yarns, they often have a kind of earthy, even if they're not a typical earthy color, like a green is a kind of a dull green.
Yes.
It's everything sort of looked like that to my eye. So, but I did find a couple of skeins that I really liked. And again, I didn't have anything specific in mind to go with them, but I figured if I was drawn to them, I probably have something speckled or whatever.
Yes.
So I did get 2. So these 2 skeins are from Indigo Dragonfly.
Yes, it's lovely yarn too.
Yeah, really nice yarns.
Yes.
So that's her. So this one here, they're both her Chameleon Sock, which is 63% extra fine superwash merino, 20% cashmere, and 17% silk. So yes, there is. Soft. It's super soft. There's a halo. There's the teensiest bit of a sheen from the silk.
Nice twist in the
beautiful twist. Yeah. I love, like when I see a little.
See that. It looks like slight barber pulling, I think,
but yeah. But it's not terribly noticeable. But I like a nice twist, especially in a sock. This is a special edition color, and it's called Isadora Duncan Hines. And that's what I mean about her naming. Is just phenomenal.
Yes.
I just love it.
Yes.
Anyway, I thought it was really pretty, very rose. You can see like hits of like bluey purple in there, and you can see it a little bit kind of down here as well.
Yes.
So
really nice.
Really nice.
Yeah.
So I loved that one because of course anything that is kind of pinkish I really like.
Yes.
And then this one here is the same Chameleon Sock, but this is also a special edition, and it's called Boba Fett
from Star Wars.
Okay, I figured it had something to do with Star Wars, but I didn't really know. Again, it's almost like a solid because there isn't a ton of differentiation, but there is a slight little bit. But it's a lovely blue. It's not navy. It's not royal. It's kind of
a green undertone. It's almost a teal.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's leaning towards a teal.
Yeah,
but just kind of like leaning towards it. It's not teal at all.
There's definitely green in there, a green undertone.
Yeah. So anyway, I got those 2. So I was really happy. Super soft.
I know it is. It's so soft with that cashmere and silk. Oh my gosh!
But it's got it seems to be like a really nice combination of that.
A good level of the
halo and not like a lot of sheen to it.
Yes.
It's just really nice. And I thought, okay, I spent my money. I'm done. And we wandered around. There was a podcaster meetup.
Then I get this text.
And then I forget why we were kind of, I think I was like, I haven't kind of looked over at these booths over here. And I wandered over. And I saw this yarn. And I'm like, oh my God, I have to get this. And I didn't have any cash on me left. So I texted Sheila, you have to come right now with money because I found that so this is the one I found. And you can see why I like it.
Feisty fibers.
Yep. So, and the woman who dyed the yarn, and so this was at the, I think, Sticks and Stones or something, I think the booth was called, which I think is a...
Sticks plus Twine, I don't know.
No. Yeah, anyway, it's a shop, I'm not really sure. I've seen them before at yarn things where they're vending.
Yes.
But, because they seem to have other lines. But anyway, this woman who dyes this Feisty Fibers, and it's called Pank.
Yeah.
Which I thought was really cool.
Major Pank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's her Beyond Socks, which is 80% superwash merino and 20% nylon.
Yeah.
Again, a really nice twist. There's hints of like red and kind of like an orangey. I don't know.
It's
just an amazing.
Yeah.
And I mean, look, you can see why I fell madly in love with it.
Like perfect.
And it's got the glasses just like moi.
They're perfect. It was so perfect.
Anyway,
she had phenomenal colors.
Her colors were just
phenomenal.
So this was what I was looking for, was bright, happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, yeah, and it was hard to pick, you know, she had some really great colors.
Yes, she did.
Anyway, I'm just going to see. So she is on Instagram as Feisty Fibers, and so it's Fibers, Fibres.
We spell it the British way.
Yeah,
she's Canadian dyer.
Oh, sorry. She's a Canadian dyer. Anyway, and she was fun. She was there. She had that fun
Toronto. She's out of Toronto.
Yeah, and she was wearing a little fascinator hat. When
that
she was
booth always, all the girls in the booth wear the little fascinator, little green and purple fascinator. Yeah.
So, definitely check her out. She's on Facebook as Feisty Fibers, and Beyond Socks is...
And on Instagram as @Feisty Fibers.
So, I'll put that info down there because, anyway, and she was fun. Like, I chatted with her. She was a lot of fun. So that was what I got.
Let me just go off screen for 2 secs. Me, who was also looking for something, I said, something has to grab me.
Yeah, we were trying to be calm.
And then just before, on the Friday, before the frolic, Turtle Pearl. And this is one that Margaret has always liked.
Yeah. I love that.
Trench coat. And this is how it knits up.
I love how on all her labels she shows a little picture of how it knits up.
And it comes in 250-gram
you can do 2 at a time, not worry about it. It just works.
But I saw this one. She has some really fun names. And I had a really hard time.
Like, although I've always loved this, I will admit, when I saw a bunch of the others there, it's tempting. She had some really nice...
I know. I'd really like to get that rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock. She has one. That's what it's called. This one is called What Does It Mean? And it's knits up like that. Just a bit of a rainbow.
Yeah.
I just really liked it. And she had that one that was just mostly blues.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I could have bought like that one and that one and that one and that one.
That's the same with me. I was like,
actually
every
see
time
them,
I was like, oh, I love this one because I've always loved it. And then I looked and I'd like, and I like that one.
Oh,
and I like that one.
I know. But there was one that I was really looking forward to at least seeing.
Yes.
And that was Lizzie Yarns. Now, this one is called Sweet Nectar. This is her 80-20 twist. It's this, like, just your regular 80-20 2-ply.
Isn't that gorgeous? Now turn it around so you can see. Look at the colors on the back here too.
Yeah.
In here.
And then it comes with your little mini. And like, look at the color of the yellow back here. How gold it is.
Yeah.
It's a little blown out, but oh my God, I've seen them and I love, like when she shows them, I love, like, look at the twist in that yarn. Look at the twist.
And there's still a nice little teensy bit of a halo that probably it'll bloom a little more once it's washed.
So on Instagram, she's @Lizzie Yarns, all one word, and she's on here. I'm gonna put her, throw it up there. There you go.
Yeah. And she's got an Etsy shop.
Yep.
So.
Oh, just I've always. As soon as I started following her, for some reason, I don't know why I started following her. I know. I love it. I absolutely love it. So, but there was one I didn't even, I lost all focus and I should have, like, I meant to go to this one shop and I missed her completely. And that was, it was a bag maker.
Oh.
And oh my gosh, I can't even think of her name. If I think of her name, I'll go on my Instagram and I'll get Margaret to add it. But she has Van Dyke Designs.
Oh, okay.
She has some really, really nice project bags.
Yeah.
Really, really nice. She has such a variety of styles.
Oh, okay.
And she's just north of Toronto.
Okay.
So, and I wanted to, because I see them all on Instagram, and I wanted to actually go, and I like to go and see and touch and things like that. So, I completely went right past her. I didn't even think, like, it just left my head. Just gone.
Yeah.
So, but that's been it.
Yeah.
That's pretty much been our couple of weeks.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, I was really happy to do this podcast today.
Yes.
I didn't feel like such a reprobate for not having anything done, but yeah. So
but
I also wanted to show, so this is, when I got home, I right away started going through my stash. I want to do a 2-color, and I thought, I have this. This is one of the yarns that I got when Sheila and I did our road trip down to the U.S., and we got this at Do You Knit. So this is the Hedgehog typewriter, and it's one of her skinny singles, and I thought, this is perfect together. Yes. So I think I might either do that Treble in that, but I'm leaning more towards a Pure Joy in this combination. I just thought the large wedges, the mini wedges will be in the pink, with this as the contrast
and the base
and the very bottom of the shawl. I just thought, because this being a single, I thought it would probably be a little fluttery, a little looser, I guess, than this.
Than one with a twist.
With a twist. So anyway, that's kind of where I'm going with this one here.
Yes.
So.
And I'll pull out all my Lisa Much patterns that we have printed up. So sometimes it's looking at on your phone or on your computer.
Because that's what I did. I went to Ravelry because I do have quite a few of Lisa's patterns.
Yeah, we both do.
But some of them actually call for a lot of yarn.
Yes, a lot of
like
yarn.
Maybe a double, like 2 skeins of something. And I do have something else, that the turquoise and the gray with the turquoise.
Yes.
Or teal, probably more than turquoise. So, yeah.
I know. So, we'll just see.
We'll have to see.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and last night we noticed, because here we are up at 3 o'clock in the morning, looking at stuff on Instagram. We just noticed that Stephen West, if you don't follow him, he's got his patterns are all 20% off right now, or 25% off.
Yes, 25% off.
So
I don't know how long that's going for, but
it was for a week.
For a week.
So now, I don't know when it was posted. I didn't look when it was posted, but we noticed it in the middle of the night last night.
Yeah. So we were cruising through the patterns, deciding which ones we liked. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, I know.
Neither of us has done a Stephen West.
We've never done a Stephen West.
But they're always intriguing.
Yes.
Yeah. And we figured that something like I really like
the Dotted Rays or the Exploration Station.
Yeah. I really like the Exploration Station because, as you were saying, I think there's brioche in it.
Yeah.
And I thought,
we've never done brioche, and I've heard that he explains it very well on how to do the brioche.
Yeah. And there's probably just enough to learn how to do it without feeling overwhelmed that you can't finish the project.
Yes.
And then and you were saying as well that he does a lot of, what's the bind off? Pico?
No, he does a lot of the
I-cord
bind off.
And I've never done that.
Edging and stuff.
Yeah, I've never done that.
No, neither have I.
So
that's two new skills
that we could learn using that pattern. So anyway, that's something kind of semi-considering.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so go to your computer now. Go to Ravelry or wherever and buy his patterns now if you haven't already.
I know. I think the coupon code is like West Knits, but if you go to his Instagram, it says it right on his Instagram.
Yeah. So anyway, thanks so much for joining us. We will be all made up and glamorous next time we appear before you. But hey, this is real life.
Yes, this is the real thing.
Yes.
So we just thought, we'll do a pajama day. Why not? We've never done one, so
yeah.
So, but anyways, thank you all for joining us. And if you like it, hit the subscribe button and give us a thumbs up or something like that, and spread the word. And if anybody's new, welcome. I hope that there was something that you liked and enjoyed from our podcast. And we will see you next time.
Yep.
Talk with you later.
Bye.